Greetings, welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today I'm here to show you how I start working in a gratitude journal. This little book that I made here on my channel the other day is what is going to now be my new gratitude journal. If you haven't seen this video, I'll be sure to link it down below if you want to know how I made this. And I was previously working in this book here as my gratitude journal that was made by Dolly. And it's definitely at capacity now, so I'm gonna start moving into this other little book, and they are different in size. The one that Dolly made here is much bigger, and this one here is much smaller, but I don't think that really matters. I'll show you how you can still get some pretty cool gratitude spreads in your book. So let's get started. So to get started, I'm going to skip the first page just because I think I might want to go back and add something there later as my introductory page to this little gratitude book. Up first, I have a fun little piece that I got from my friend Priscilla in my Christmas mail, and this is kind of like a little inside joke that she has with her cats. And I love it, and I definitely want to be able to still pull this out and read it later on. So I'm just going to take some scraps that I have. I have a pile of scraps off to the right of the screen, and then my gratitude pile is to the left. So when you see me reaching, that's what I'm reaching for. So for this piece, I'm just going to create a little pocket here and tuck this piece in. So in my gratitude books, a sort of tradition that I have given myself is making journaling space where I can write a little note about what I received and who it was from. And then another fun thing that I like to do is, of course, with permission, I like to keep their address so that later on I can go back, and if I'm flipping through here or if I need to send them something, I have their address on record. And it's not a conventional, in my opinion, just boring kind of address book. Doing it this way allows you to flip through, and maybe one day you're just flipping through and you see something and you have written a little note about it and you decide you want to send something to brighten that person's day. You have their address there, and creating something to flip over it keeps it from being exposed. So here on the next page, I have some bits from my friend Shayna. And I just used some washi tape to glue down a note that she wrote to me, and then the beads is some from some beads that she sent me, and I'm just taking coffee stained paper to give myself a little journaling spot to write about the things that Shayna sent me. So this is our first spread, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. And I can, if I wanted to, I could put her address or something else behind that little pink note that she wrote. So this is a piece here that I got from my friend Dolly, and I was hoping that I would be able to keep this intact, but it's too thick and too big for this book, so I'm going to have to deconstruct it. I made it down to the base layer of what she collaged on top of the box that she sent me. So what I'm just going to do now is come in and start deconstructing her collage carefully, and then making a new collage on this page. Or actually, I'm going to take it across both pages because the piece is really big and there's more than enough to go across both pages. So that's what I'm going to do here, just making a new collage. And that piece is so cute. She added a little bit of fabric onto the collage for the box, the mailing box. So cute. And it's actually a funny story with this, and these are sort of the reasons why I like to keep gratitude journals like this. But the address that she wrote on here was wrong, and I was referencing it, and I had sent her a few things according to the address, the way she wrote her address on this, and it wasn't right. So she messaged me. She's like, good thing they know me at the post office, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten this. And I'm like, but wait, I use this. And she was like, whoops. So that's just a fun little thing that I can come back and journal about on this page. So I'm just going to use this little butterfly, and this is going to be where I'm going to house the incorrect address that she wrote. So taking a little piece of washi so that the butterfly can kind of flip down and hide that address. And then on the left side here, just taking some scraps so that I can write down a little story about this. Moving on, up next, I have some beautiful pieces from my friend Janine, and I love these book pages that she sent to me, and she sent them to me for a reason. I made an order from her Etsy shop, and she included these items in there. And so I want to make sure that I can get all this stuff saved because I would love to go back and read it later on. So I'm taking her note and I'm just deciding to add that into the center here with a little bit of washi tape on either side. So it kind of just sits in there as if it was sewn in, but it's in there with washi. Since I want to be able to read these pages later on, I decided that clipping them onto the page is the best option. So I'm going to take the little card that she sent along with the stuff that I ordered from her and use washi tape to put that onto the page so that I can flip it down. And then I will clip the book pages to the top, and then I have a bunch of free journaling space behind these items. If you plan to make a gratitude journal like this or have one on hand, just make sure that it's one that has a lot of room to grow because you will be filling it up with lots of bits and pieces, so it'll definitely sneak up on you how fast it grows. So up next I have a little card that I got from my friend Kim, and I am debating on where I want to put this in the book. So what I'm doing is cutting off the part that has her note on it. And instead of putting it on this page, I'm actually going to just cut these very pretty little edges off and save them because they're too pretty to throw away. And I want to preserve the A that is on this page, so flipping over, and I'm going to glue this part of the greeting card down and make it a pocket. And then just use those trimmings to further decorate the page. For the journaling space on this particular spread, I'm deciding to use the back side of Kim's note to write down anything that I might want to write down and then tuck it into the pocket, of course. And then next, I just want to show you how, if you would like to, you can come in and add the address and still use like a little doily piece just to kind of hide that off so it's not exposed. And instead of putting washi tape on top of the doily, I'm doing it underneath because I don't want to cover up the floral design from the greeting card that I cut down. I found one more little piece from Kim from my Christmas present that I wanted to save, so I'm going to put that on the back of this greeting card and just cover up that watermark. So I feel like I do still have enough space on this page to add something. So I found this cute tag from Shayna, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this just to sort of make it like a tuck spot and glue it down to the page. And then I have that very pretty lace that'll also be hanging out at the top. And then I'm taking a torn piece of a doily, still going to use it because it gives it character. And then I'm going to just tuck another note from Shayna behind that tag. A lot of times when you buy things from Etsy, the sellers will send you like their business cards or a thank you note or just something special in your order. And when they do, I like to save those. So here I have a little business card from a couple of business cards that I got from buying some items, some handmade items. And Magpie Soul, she gave me some freebies. I think she draws these stickers, and they're so cute. But she sent those along to me with what I purchased from her. So I'm just going to add a couple in here because they're just so cute not to. And I like to save these sometimes because I can come in and journal about what I bought and why I liked it. And it's just a reminder, you know, like if I'm scrolling through this book and I'm like, oh, I wonder what she's got new in her shop. I can just pull up her shop because it's here and see what she's got. Even if you don't want to write about what you bought from these shops, I think it's still kind of neat to have all these little notes and bits from your transactions and things that you found interesting enough to buy, and you can use it in a junk journal style. So you can still use these pieces to make pockets and such, and you can write about other things. It doesn't have to be about what you purchased, but since this is my gratitude book, that's what I'm doing. So I think that's going to wrap it up, and look at this pile of stuff that can now go in the shredder and in the recycle bin. So much better that I have everything in here all organized rather than having a pile of just wicked freaking mess. So this is kind of what we've done so far today. If you guys like this video and you want to see me continue working in this book, leave a comment down below and let me know. And otherwise, I appreciate you all being here. That is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.